Name is Jeremy Poock, and I lead Senior Attorney Match. In today's In 7 Minutes, we'll address part two of our series on the impact of today's 3.0 digital era on the value of senior attorney-led law firms. So let's jump right into it. Here we are in today's 3.0 digital era for law firms, where multi channel digital marketing is how progressive law firms in today's legal industry market for new clients. It's a combination, really, of the 3.0 digital era multi channel marketing plus the 1.0 word of mouth era. So, how did we get to the 3.0 digital era? We arrived to today's 3.0 digital era first by progressing from the 1.0 pre-Google word of mouth era. In that era, it was really dominated by in-person networking. That's how most of today's senior attorneys, that is attorneys that have practiced more than 30 years, how they develop their clients and their referral sources by pounding the pavement, going to meetings, going to events, and really meeting people, meeting referral sources to build up their books of business. In the 1990s, late 1990s, and certainly with Y2K, we progressed societally from what we call you've got mail to you've got email. And as we as a society digitally evolved into sending and receiving emails and communicating so much quicker, and of course, with cell phones and smartphones, we progressed, really evolved from that 1.0 word of mouth era to the post Y2K 2.0 website plus era. That is, law firms started introducing websites. And when they realized that they could put up a website and that people were visiting their websites and that they had email, started introducing blogs, also email newsletters. And then they started realizing, wow, we can actually pay for word searches that our would-be clients are searching via Google, and started investing in Google ads as well as pay-per-click to drive business to their websites and increase their business development. So let's look at the impact of the 2.0 website plus era in terms of the five components for how law firms are valued. Here we see that law firms have five components of value: client list, the referral source list taken together, that's the book of business; goodwill that attorneys develop over the course of their careers, their subject matter knowledge, and in the 2.0 website plus era, starting to develop digital value. For those lawyers and law firms that really neglected to embrace the 2.0 era, they started to see and experience chinks in their armor when it comes to those all important value chips of the client list and the referral source list. And that will be impacted even more, and is being impacted even more in today's 3.0 digital era. So for today's buzzer beater, as we consider the progression from the 1.0 to the 2.0 era, we can see here that the 1.0 word of mouth era, that really lost its dominance as we progressed societally from you've got mail to you've got email. And we can use Y2K as that measure on the timeline for when that happened. In the 2.0 website plus era, we're introducing, that is, law firms are introducing websites, email newsletters, blogs, PPC, and Google AdWords. As a society, we can see that there's a shift in consumer behavior as we are all starting at that time. That is around the year 2000. We're doing searches for hotels. We're doing searches for shoes. We're doing searches for golf clubs. Well, guess what? We're starting to do searches for lawyers and law firms as well. And we can see this shift in consumer behavior that's causing more new clients to find those law firms that are embracing that website 2.0 era. As a result, the components of value for today's senior attorneys in the 2.0 era starts to become orange when it comes to those all important value chips of the client list and the referral source list, which is going to happen even more post 2020 and the 3.0 digital era. In terms of a preview for part three of our series on the impact of today's 3.0 digital era on the value of senior attorney led firms, we're going to discuss the pivot in 2020 from the post Y2K 2.0 website plus era to today's post 2020 3.0 digital era, and how we fast forwarded from 2.0 to 3.0. We'll also discuss how consumer behavior shifted post 2020 to almost all things digital. We as a society, we live by our smartphones, we Google almost everything, and we're Googling for attorneys and law firms as well. As a result, the 3.0 digital era is impacting the value of senior attorney led firms for those senior attorneys that are not embracing yet the 3.0 digital era that has been thrusted upon us in today's legal industry. And that is the state of the market for law firm sales in 7 minutes.